Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Your host, Flywheels, here with another affordable group break coming to you on this 14th of November, 2025. And tonight's specimen is a hobby box of 2003 Bowman Heritage, which I apologize, I forgot to double check, but I think we've opened a box of this years ago. But I'm almost certain I've opened a box of this. But that was a while ago, and we've got a lot of new people that have joined the group since then. So some of you that have been with me for a while might remember seeing this featured, but that is what we are breaking tonight. Thank you to everyone who is participating, and thank you to helping fill this up. Yeah, on the bottom of the box, it does show you the different groups for autographs as well as for relics. There are some pretty good, relics if you like those. Pretty good checklist overall, and a decent crop of rookies. Nothing crazy. 24 packs, 8 cards per pack. And looks like we got a box loader. Oh yeah, we've done this before because I think the last time we got a Felix pie of the Cubs. Why I remember that, I don't know, but now I got another Cubs. All right, we're back. I had just happened to look up and saw that the stream had crashed. So that's like 2 weeks in a row. But what I was saying was I am going to leave this card attached to the cardboard. So I think Ben had the Cubs, so I'll let him punch that out. And then we got the little checklist. Which also has a history of the 56 Bowman set from Keith Olbermann. And then I got our packs. And if anybody wants this box, it is a pretty nice looking box. That would make the side of this box, I'm going to turn that way, would make a great spine. A lot of you know, for the sets that I build, I'll take a box and I'll cut the spine or the side of the box off, or sometimes the end, just depending. And I use that as the spine of my binder, and these would make a really nice binder spine. But I'm not building this set. So if anybody wants it, first claim, message me or leave a comment. All right, without further ado, let's get into this because it's a pretty good basketball game going on that I'd like to at least catch the fourth quarter of. Good luck, everybody. All right, starting us off for the Tigers, we got Dimitri Young. There is the card back if you're not familiar with this design or the set. We got a Jimmy Persall for the Red Sox, Edgar Martinez, Mariners. These are the Bowman first year. We have Aaron Hill for the Blue Jays. Those are the thicker cards. Here is the foil Mike New for the Athletics. Then we have Jason Schmidt, Giants. Kazuhaishi Ishii, if I said that right. Dodgers, and Ramirez for the Cubs. Can't talk tonight. Hey, good evening, Jared. Only 2 packs in. This is the second pack, so. All right, we got Tim Battle for the Yankees. We have a Roberto Clemente for the Pirates. That's cool. There's the Mike New regular card. A foil of Scott Beer for the Rockies. There's a black parallel of Brian Giles for San Diego. We have Jason Giambi, Yankees, Javi Lopez for the Braves, and Tyler Martin for the Rangers. Move stuff around. Oh, Jared, you're just in time. Here's our Griffey base card. Jay Gibbons for the Orioles. There's a Jeremy Guthrie for the Indians, excuse me. A foil of Chris Lubinsky for the Royals. I have a black parallel for Brian McFall, Royals. So Brian McCann, rookie for the Braves. God, he looks so young. Nathan Panther for the Indians, and Zach Day for the Expos. Hey, Victor. Opened 2 of these back in the day, pulled the same auto twice. All right, so you got the Golden Touch. Brian Finch for the Orioles. Casey Abrams for the Mariners. Torrey Hunter for the Twins. Our black is the Sammy Sosa for the Cubs. Dustin McGowan foil for the Jays. Cliff Floyd Mets. A Rubio Dazaro for the Athletics. Christian Guzman for the Twins. Oh, and a Matt Diaz for the Rays. Just hiding there. Zach Greinke, Royals. Luis Aparicio for the White Sox. Aaron Hill, Jays. Eric Eckenstaller, Tigers. Braden Florence, foil for the Giants. Frank Catalanato for the Jays. David Martinez for the Yankees. Fernando Vina, Cardinals. Completed the auto, just need Euclid. How big's the auto set in this one, Victor? Pat Burrell for the Phillies, Duke Snider for the Dodgers, Adam Dunn for the Reds. We got Melvin Mora for the Orioles, Brandon Wood, foil for the Angels, Vicente Padilla for Philly, Rafael Furcal, Braves, Andy Cisco, Cubs. Trent Olitgen for the Twins, Victor Martinez, Indians, Tyler Johnson for the Cardinals, Eric Duncan for the Yankees, and then another Yankees, Ching-Min Wong, foil, Richie Sexson for the Brewers, Jody Garut, Indians, Rob Hank for the Diamondbacks. Melvin Mora, Orioles, Darren Erstad, Angels, Willie Mays for the Giants, Corey Patterson for the Cubs, Michael Hinckley, foil for the Expos, Matt Hensley, Angels, Felix Pye, Cubs, Jamie Moyer, Mariners. On to our second stack of packs. Matt Lorenzo for the Rangers. We got another Aparicio for the White Sox. Hinckley for the Expos. Kerry Wood for the Cubs. Will Ledesma, foil, Tigers. Fred McGriff, Dodgers. Eric Chavez, Athletics. And Kelly Shopick for the Red Sox. It's the Sosa base. Pat Burrell for the Phillies. Duke Snider, Dodgers. Eric Reed for the Marlins. Jason Kubel, foil for the Twins. Matt Cotta, Diamondbacks. Mike O'Keefe for the Angels. Tim Hudson for the A's. Mike Wagner, Giants. There's the Trent again for the Twins. Russ Ortiz for the Braves. Garrett Anderson for the Angels. Slide that camera down a little bit. Hanley Ramirez, foil for the Red Sox. Mark Mulder for the Athletics. Shea Hillenbrand, Diamondbacks. A.J. Burnett for the Marlins. I don't know, do the packs list the odds? Yeah, they do. Diamond Cut Jersey Relics Group A is 1 in 28, so maybe we'll see something. Diamond Cut Uniform Relics are 1 in 35. Signs of Greatness autographs are 1 in 30. The 1 of 1 autographs are 32,141 packs. Delman Young, 1,014 packs. Keith Olbermann, 1,421. So overall, autographs relics fall 1 in 8 packs. But we are all past that 8-pack mark and nothing yet. Gary Sheffield for the Braves. We have a Willie Mays. Ferndon Tejada for the Yankees. We have a Nate Spears, Orioles. Oh, we got a hit. Speaking of hits, we got a hit. Jeff Duncan for the Mets is our foil. Bubba Nelson for the Braves, and AJ Pierzynski for the Twins. And we got an auto, so beating the odds a little bit. I'm just going to turn it over because it's facing down. And here we go. On-card auto, Matt Merton for the Red Sox. And yeah, these autographs do look nice. You're right, Victor. So not the biggest name. I almost kept the Red Sox for my nephew, but it is all good, as the kids say. Wrong Red Sox guy. But if they're overall 1 in 8, then maybe we'll get lucky and find something else. Craig Biggio for the Astros. Got Jose Reyes for the Mets. Carlos Beltran for the Royals. Jose Cruz Jr. for the Giants. Foil of Matt Merton. So there's our autograph, and now the foil. Woody Williams for the Cardinals. Brett Myers for Philly. Felix Sanchez for the Cubs. Sorry to get your hopes up there, Victor. Matt Harrison for the Braves. Phil Rizzuto for the Yankees. Jingmin Wang, Yankees. Matt Wagner, Giants. Felix Pie foil for the Cubs. Mike Lieberthal for Philly. Palmeiro for the Rangers. And Ben Francisco for the Indians. Corey Anderson for the Cubs, Lance Berkman for the Astros, Bernie Williams for the Yankees, Craig Biggio for the Astros, Nathan Panther, Indians, Elizardo Ramirez for Philly, Jose Vidro for the Expos, and Matt Morris for the Cardinals. Last pack of stack number 2. Willie Erie, not sure, for the Twins. We have a Sean Rodriguez for the Angels. Carlos Lee for the White Sox. Oh, we did get another hit. Diamond Cuts. Jersey relic of Sammy Sosa. Our foil is Travis Wong for the Reds. We've got Aquilino Lopez for the Jays, Mike Lowell for the Marlins, and Mark Burley for the White Sox. That's a good looking relic, but I like relics. I prefer back cards over jersey cards, and I really love base game used like base cards. But I still enjoy a good relic. As long as they're not like super thick and I can still put them in a non-pocket page, I like that. These aren't too bad. These are really no thicker than the black autograph parallels that are in here. So Mr. Morris has done well tonight, or excuse me, Mr. Martin has done well tonight with his cubbies. All right, so will we get anything in the third stack? We'll see. Pearsall kicks us off for the Red Sox, followed by Miguel Cabrera. Ricky Weeks for the Brewers. That's his rookie. Jay Gibbons, Orioles. There's a Brian McCann foil. I don't think I had that one. Mike Sweeney for the Royals. David Cash for the Giants, and Aubrey Huff for the Rays. And I don't remember, who was it? We had someone that used to be in the group, and anytime we'd pull an Aubrey Huff, they'd tell me to rip it on camera. I don't remember who that was now. It's been a while. I don't know what their beef was with him, but all right, there's Vlad Sr. for the Expos. We've got another Rizzuto for the Yankees. Marlon Byrd for Philly. Haj Toure for the Mets. Dusty Brown, foil for the Red Sox. We got Tom Glavine in the wrong uniform. CC Sabathia for the Indians, and a Kevin Correa for the Giants. Tom Gorzolani for the Pirates. Brian Schneider for the Athletics. Austin Kearns for the Reds. Raja Davis for the Pirates. Foil of Josh Anderson for the Astros. Moose for the Yankees. Tony Batista for the Orioles. Greg Maddux for the Braves. Was it Paul Dion? I think it was Paul, the one that had me tear up the Aubrey Huff cards. But he was a Tigers fan, or is a Tigers fan. Harmon Killebrew. It's the Washington Senators. Another Rizzuto. Shane Victorino for the Dodgers. I only remember him as a Philly. Dimitri Young for the Tigers. Tyler Johnson, foil, Cardinals. Jeff Kent, Astros. Michael Hernandez, Yankees. Hee-Seop Choi Cubs. For the Astros, Lance Berkman. Aparicio for the White Sox. Baldelli for the Rays. Xavier Paul for the Dodgers. There is a foil of Elizardo Ramirez. Wade Miller for the Astros. Kevin Brown, Dodgers. Todd Wellmeyer, Cubs. Sean Rodriguez, Angels. Willie Mays, Giants. Josh Anderson, Astros. And our second relic of the night, Paul LaDuca for the Dodgers. Remember him having a couple of good seasons for the Western Evil Empire, as I like to call them. Foil of Matt Cotta, Diamondbacks. Ty Wigginton for the Mets. Troy Gloss for the Angels. And Dan Heron for the Angels. Or Cardinals, excuse me, Cardinals. And 2 to go. Final 2 packs. We got a Brian Giles for the Padres. Another Dimitri Young. Pedro for the Red Sox. Darren Erstad for the Angels. Jorge Padera, foil for the Rockies. And his base card. Matt Merton, Red Sox. Roy Halladay for the Jays. And our final pack. We got Lou Palmisano, Tim Battle for the Yankees. Jacques Jones, Twins. Josh Rainwater, great last name, Tigers. Matt Hensley, foil for the Angels. Kevin Millwood, Philly. Aaron Boone, Yankees. Sean, forgot how you pronounce his last name, for the Rockies. So that is it. A little more surprises than I guess I originally thought. So we've got a good stack of the thick black parallels, or the facsimile signatures, whatever these are called, I forget, from the checklist. These are all our foil parallels. And then I was separating the 2 different designs as we went along. So again, recap there. Autograph was a Matt Merton. And then 2 diamond cuts. Relics, we got a blue relic of Sammy Sosa and a gray relic of Paul LaDuca. The Cubs and the Dodgers, respectively. And then our little box loader was just this Ryan Harvey that, again, I'll let Matt or Ben, who has the Cubs, I'll let him take that out of it, the perforation. Alrighty. And just like that, another affordable group break has come and gone. Now, I was able to get to my little honey hole last weekend, and probably the last time for the year. So I tried to pick up several things while I was there, but unfortunately, the stock is starting to get a little depleted. I talked to the owner, and unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that I like to buy from there is just about gone and not being replenished on his shelves. Several things in the glass case, some of the higher end stuff is still available. And there's stuff that I haven't ruled out for us doing in a future affordable group break. But, again, I try to be respectful of the cause, especially right now when we get with the holidays around the corner. So I do have something lined up for next week. Let me grab my little bag here. So maybe I'll put it up for a vote over the weekend. So maybe I can put up a little poll over the weekend, and we can do current retail for a 2025 baseball product. I won't really tell you what it is, but that is going to be an option. Or I got something to do a little different than in the past. So I got a box of 1994 classic images, which I may have a card or two in my collection, but overall, this is not something that I messed around much with. This was the first year that Classic did this. So you can see the seal here. This is box 63,881 of 78,000. I'll just realize that Chris Webber on the bottom. But since this is multi-sport, 36 packs, I figured what we would do is I would just open this up, and I would go by the pack. I'm not sure how I'm going to price it yet, but this would just be, like 36 packs, so there'll be 36 slots, and you just pick a number, and that will be your pack. And so we'll go in order as we open the box: pack 1, pack 2, pack 3, so on and so forth. And then you get whatever's in that pack, instead of doing it, trying to sell a sport or a player or whatever. I figured this might be the best way to do it. So this will just be a pack break. So in addition to that, so this will be this will be what I'll have everybody vote for. So do we go old school again with 2 boxes, or do we go more current retail? So we have this, and then of course, this would be, if we do this, we would have 2 different signups for next week. So this would be by the pack, and then we can do a more traditional break featuring a box of 1994 Stadium Club draft picks, which this stuff I've never opened. I don't think I have. There is a Reds, oddly enough, there is a Reds player that I'm looking for out of this set, CJ Nikowski. But other than that, yeah, I don't have anything from this. It was priced right, so went ahead and grabbed that. So this would be our option. So we can have 2 boxes, 2 different signups, traditional claim your team, claim a pack, or the retail 2025 baseball product. So I will. Oh, thanks for telling me, Jared. I wasn't aware of that. So I will not the Reds. However, if we happen to pull that and you do have the Reds like you normally do, I will compensate you for that because I am building a CJ collection. So I would much appreciate that. But I will work on throwing a poll together this weekend and get it posted. And then whatever everyone says, wins, we'll do that. Signups will probably go up on Tuesday. And this will be the last break I won't break the following week, the week of Thanksgiving. I'm going to be out of town. I know a lot of other people will probably be traveling. And then the Friday after Thanksgiving, next Friday the Friday after Thanksgiving is the final Friday. We'll break next week, which is the 21st. We'll week off, and then we'll resume December 5th. Hopefully that works for everybody. So thanks for hanging around. And I will work on getting this stuff ready to vote on, and then signups on Tuesday. So thanks a lot. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you back here, hopefully, same time, same channel next week. Have a good evening.